Hi guys, welcome back. So previously, we had some. We did make our UI, this one, but we discovered a lot of issues with it, and I decided to like change everything from scratch because this UI has a lot of issues with it. So just to explain further, here are some of the issues. The first issue is like we have here certain this one is a bug, by the way. Let's clear this one first. I haven't fixed this because I find it useful when when trying to get resources. See, so there are so many of them, but this can easily be fixed though. Okay, so anyway, so the issue is this. So one issue is, as you can see, there's actually a limit for the planks. So this one is wrong. The 8 planks. So actually, the number of planks that can be, like maximum number of planks is 5. That one. So if we're gonna like get one more plank like this one, so it will just max out at 5. So one stack for a plank is 5. So and here what we have here is there are different numbers here, requirement for each upgrade, right? So if we're gonna drag and drop it here, it will say 5 out of the 8 planks. Okay, then the next one is if we're gonna drag this and place it here, so supposed to be what will happen is this will become 8 out of 8, and then the remaining plank will just drop here, right? So that's one solution for that. But the problem happens if we're gonna go with multiple planks. Like for example, in the future, let's say we're gonna build a bridge, for example. So building a bridge requires a lot of things. Okay, so let's just simulate it here first. Okay, so building a bridge will require you a lot of planks, a lot of logs. So for example, okay, let's see. Okay, for example, the planks is, let's say 50 logs, or no, not 50 logs, but let's say the build requires 10 logs, and then it also requires, let's say 50 planks, for example. And then the name of this one is called let's say bridge scaffolding. Okay, so this is how it looks like in the future. So the problem will happen if in this case, let's say if we reach 50, right? So for example, we reach 50 planks like that, 50, and then the max is, let's say 50. Okay, 50 there. So if this happens, the problem will appear if we're gonna pick this one and drag it here, right? So let's say we don't wanna put the planks, and we wanted to like put back here in the inventory. So there's a lot of things we need to consider if we do that, right? So the first thing is, if we're gonna drag this, put it here. So as you can see, it's still stacked at 50, but supposed to be the max stack for a plank. It should be 5 only, and not 50. So that's problem number 1. Then if we're gonna distribute this, we need to check on different aspects of the game as well, and different systems. So we need to check first. We need to check if there are slots available. That's one. And then what happens if there's no slot available? So that's another thing to think about, right? So, wait, let me fix this first. Okay, so there you go. So that's another thing. And apart from that, like this one, there's logs here, right? And we also have many like different types of logs. We have ash logs, and then we have the pine logs as well. So it overly complicates things using this UI. So one way to solve this, I was thinking, I was collaborating with other people as well. So one way to do this is to not make this a drag and drop UI. This is the simplest way to do it, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remake everything we have so far. We're gonna remake this from scratch and make this simpler. So that's our goal for today. So basically what we're gonna do is just the idea is we're gonna remove everything here, and then maybe we're gonna put an icon here, like maybe a building manuscript icon, and then we're gonna put a short description regarding that build, like for example bridge scaffolding. So maybe a short description like we need a scaffolding for us to distribute next phase of building this structure, etc., etc. So something like that. And then at the bottom it will show the building materials, like building materials, and then we will put there planks, logs. So it's just a checklist in a way, then the number of checklists. And then at the very bottom there's the button where it will tell us like mark, or something like mark this as completed, or something like notify builder, or something like this if it's completed, or a button that like store resources or update resources or something like that. So it just if you click the button, it will just take resources from our inventory immediately. So for example, if you have planks there and you have logs, so it will just take from this, and then it will just put it in the checklist. So that's the easiest way to do this. So there will be no more there's no way for the player to get resources. So if we've clicked on that button, that means that we're committed to spend the resources there. So that's the general idea. Okay, so we'll be doing this one first. We're gonna modify this. We're gonna delete everything here. We're gonna like delete the building stuff also, and also we're gonna refactor the code that we built. So yeah, so let's do that. Let's refactor first the code. So let's see, building slot. So we don't need this, the building slot condition. We no longer need this because we're no longer using the building slots. Okay, so I'll just remove this first. Right. Okay, let's remove this. And then this one. So as you can see, so it's very complicated already, and we don't want to complicate it even more. So if there's a way for us to make it simpler, make the UI and functionalities simpler, we're gonna do that. The goal, the bottom line here is for us to find a way for players to interact with our UI. So that's the bottom line. So we don't really need to drag and drop the items. We can just directly get the resources from our inventory. Same with what we did with the repair system, because in repairing, it just like directly get resources from our inventory. So yeah, so that's the idea. Okay, let's fix this first. Okay, here. Okay, so technically we're gonna remove most of these things. So we don't really need the frames. Wait. Let's see. We don't need this any longer. Slot highlights. This one, we don't need this one. The builder flag highlights. Let's revert everything first. And we don't need this also. So technically we're gonna delete this building item slot controller. And we still need this builder flag. But we no longer need a lot of things here. Basically everything actually. We don't need everything here now. But we're still gonna use this in the future, especially here when trying to toggle items. I mean when we're trying to toggle the UI rather. So we don't need this. The slots, we don't need the slots anymore. Let's see if we still need other stuff. Showing UI. This one we don't need. Wait, we don't need this, yes. Menu. And this one. Okay. So this one, we don't need this. We're gonna delete this from the system. Building item slot container, because we no longer have building slots. Okay. So this one, we don't need this anymore. It's just a repair table. So we're just gonna delete this. Okay, let's check for errors, and then we're gonna change this entire UI system. Okay, so first, let's fix the alignment. That's the first thing we need to do. Let's align this correctly. There. And then we're gonna delete everything inside. So we have the frame. This is the frame. Repair cost. Text. So we need that. And then the frames. We don't need the frames anymore. Okay, let's while we're at it, we're gonna delete also, because we don't wanna, like, we don't want to have unnecessary code. Let's see. This one, we're gonna delete this one, building slot container. We don't need this anymore. Okay. I'm still thinking though, what's the best call to action here on the button. The idea is to supply resources. Maybe supply resources, or yeah, I think the button should be supply resources. Then once all the resources are supplied, we can then, the button will change to notify builder. Okay, and then let's see. This one we're gonna delete this. Okay, So this should be it. And for the rest, we're gonna delete them first, like all of them, for now. Because we're gonna focus on this one first. Maybe we can make this dynamic as well. Let me see. Let me think. Because we can really make this dynamic, but I don't know. I'll just make it like manual for now. Maybe in the future I'll just optimize this. Okay, so this should be it. We're gonna extend the frame. Let's see. If we're gonna extend it, let's say 80. It's too tall, I think. Yeah, it's too tall. Let's try this first, and then we're gonna try to wait. Let me see. Let's copy from the descriptions manager. So we have here the frame already. See, we have the frame. I think it's best to like replicate some of these things, just for what do you call this? Just for consistency. You want it to be consistent with like the design. So let's say this one, we need this one. Repair cost. Okay, so this is repair cost. 70. Yeah, something like that. And then position. Maybe something like that. Or we can actually modify this one. This one technically. Okay, let's try and modify this one. Let's go to Photoshop and modify this. Because what we want is this to be divided into two parts. The upper part will be like a description of the upgrade. Then we're gonna put an icon here. Like, I think I have an icon already. Let's see. Manuscript, no. Parchment. No, I don't have it. Let's modify this frame first. We want to modify this. Let's see. Okay, so this is the current frame. So let's make it longer first, like so. Just gonna do a quick some quick modifications here and there. Okay, maybe this long. Wait. Yeah, maybe this will do. Yeah, like a box like. And then we're just gonna erase some stuff here. bad. Oops. So I'm just recycling UI from the work from our UI artist, because she's no longer working with us. So, and again, I'm not an artist, so I just do what I can to recycle some of these stuff. Wait. The effect is actually okay. Let's just keep the effect here. I think that's okay. Okay, then let's just merge this down. So I don't really know this Photoshop thing, so I'm just doing what I can to build something here. Wait. Okay. I think that will do. Okay, I think that should work. Maybe. Alright. I think this should work. Let's see. Export. Okay. So mid frame. Mid frame, okay. Okay, so it's updated now. And then we're just gonna make this longer. I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure of the height, maybe it's 50 or 60. Let's try. Yeah, 60 seems to be okay. So there, and then we're gonna put here something, an icon, and then a description, very short description, and then here we're gonna put the requirements. So this one, so upgrade cost or upgrade text. There, let's duplicate it, and then I'm gonna put here, wait, cost. So, or building costs. Building cost. So build cost or build cost. Yeah, it's just build cost. Yeah, that should do. And then this one, sit here. or here. I think it's here. So if it's here, we're gonna make this longer again. This is too stretched. I think it's this will do. This is too, maybe something like that. And this one is also too big in a way. So we're gonna make this shorter. Like that. And then this one. That. Okay, so I think this will do. Build cost. Let's see. We're just gonna put it here. And we'll call this description. Let's put it here. And then let's see this. What's the setting here? Because I forgot. So we're just gonna copy this, by the way. Let's just copy this for the description. No. There. So that should. This is what it should look like. I think we need to. So let's make a description. I don't know. Add a log storage. No, it should be a description. I'll just make this later on, or maybe we can ask GPT. Let's just ask help from GPT. Make it easier. Make a short description on the log storage update. options. So here are some of the options that we have. Queue settlement overall allowed capacity means to store larger batches of food at once. Yeah, I think this is percentage stacking. I think this is okay. Option C. Storage slots. I think this is preservation, organization, stacking, harvest slots, ping workers. Maybe instead of workers, helping minions. Moses faster. Okay, I think this will do. Okay, let's just use this for now. Let's just improve that in the future. So this is what we're talking about. And then instead of this here, so we don't wait. This one. Description. We have the storage. Okay. This one should be here, and then we're gonna move this up. So let's do that. So we're gonna put this here, maybe like that. Export. Okay, so this one we should pull it up here. Okay, so this should work maybe. What do you guys think? Does this look okay, or shall we just remove this thing here? Or shall we separate it? I don't know. Yeah, I think this will work. Let's just do with this for now and improve later in the future. So this one, instead of notify builder, okay, this should be supply resources, like that. And then this should not be gray but blue, so we can maybe at least supply. Okay, so next is we need requirements. This one, we need this one. Let's just put it here for now. I already have here a system that I built for the requirements. So here, so there's already a pre-built system. So we're just gonna duplicate this. There's this already. Wait, will this work? Oh, I'm not sure if this will work. let's see. Is this one an awake? It will check parent. It will check the image as well. And then, if it's null, it will check. I see. So it will check the raw text. So I think this will work. So it's just blanks here. Okay, let's just do this for now. And logs. Something like that maybe. But logs is like different. There are a lot of different kinds of logs, so I don't know if the system will work. Let's just put ashlog for now. Ashlog. I'm gonna make this dynamic maybe, or I don't know. Let's just do this for now and see what will happen. Okay, and then we need an icon here, so let's look for an icon. I think I have an icon before and I forgot where I placed it. Let's just look for it first. Custom images. Resource. Cloth. Yeah, I think I don't have it. No, I don't have it. Resource cloth, firewood. Case, no. I don't know, it's not here. I think we're gonna make something in the future, but for now let's just go with cloth. Or, let me see, manuscript, no. Parchment, no. Book, there's no book. Let's just go with cloth for now. We're gonna change this in the future though. Let's just imagine that this is a manuscript or something. Okay, so this manuscript. We're gonna look for or make a manuscript in the future. Okay, let's test this and see if this works. I think I made something here before. Let's see. Parchments. Parchment. It's not here. Let's see here. Parchment. There's this. There's this. There's this. This one, but this looks weird though. We need an icon for this. Scroll, maybe a scroll, I don't know. So this didn't work. We're just gonna do this manually. I think it's best to just make it simple. And as for this one, think going with this card type is better than this, maybe. This looks better compared to this with this. Let's see. See the line, the line that you can see there is better than this one. So we're gonna modify this a bit. Let's just remove this for now. Okay, let's just get the line. Items UI. This one. You can't see it though. Let me see. This one, we need this one. Okay, but the color is wrong. Okay, let's just remove it for now. Okay, this needs some work, but I think this maybe we're just gonna go with the older version. Maybe let's just undo this for now. Let's undo what? We can no longer undo. Mid frame. I'm just gonna make this shorter again. Let's make this shorter. Like so. Then let's delete this. Just to blend it. Okay, let's just go back to this this original design. So we now have the original design. And then let's make this short like before. This. Change the position up here like so. And then we're just gonna need The old, this one, the repair cost. I think I like this better than like this one. I like this better than the other one. Like that. Then we're gonna put it here, something like that. Yeah. We just need to fix this alignment in the future. But for now, I think this will work. Like that. Like so. And then we'll put this here. Oops. Yeah, so that should be the idea. I think it's better this way. Okay, let's just fix this first for now. Okay, so first we're gonna make this smaller. Wait, let's get this first. Put it here. There. And then we're gonna make this one. Just put this here first. Okay. Let's make this smaller. Like so. And then this one up here. Wider. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. Then cost container should be here. This one should be here. Okay, now for a button, we need a button. You can put the button here, or we can put it down. We can put it here. What if you're gonna put it like this? Nah, it looks bad. Okay, so let's just resize this. Something like that. Wait, what if it requires more resource, so we should make it bigger like that. This should be here like that, and then this should be log storage. It should be, let's just fix the naming first. Build cost text. Okay, so we have the requirements, and then we have this. We also have this. Okay. So let's just change this for now. So planks, plank, and ash log, or we can call it log. Wait, it looks weird. Okay, this is the problem with this. It's supposed to be a system for this already, this one. Let's just, we'll fix this later. Let's just go with this for now. But again, this should not be called ashlog, but it's just log. So this is another problem that we're encountering, because we need, because there are different logs. It's not just logs. We can use pine log or beech logs. That's the thing, because we have a lot of different logs. Or maybe we can just remove the log entirely and then just use planks for construction. That's another thing. But I do want to have logs as one of the requirements. So it would be good, like picking logs and going back and forth, and then supplying the resources here. Build cost. Okay. So once we supply resources, there should be a counter here. So it should be like this. 8 out of, should be like this. 0 out of 8. This one. 0 out of 4. And if once we're done supplying the resources, or maybe we can put 2 buttons here and here, like notify builder, so that the player will know that this one is graded out, because there's no resource yet. that. And then this is graded out at first, and we will update it like that. Supply, so we're just gonna supply, and then if everything is done, you notify the builder. Yeah, I think this will do. What about 3? So if we have 3, it looks like this, and 4, it looks like this. Okay. I think 3 is the max. 3 is the maximum. 4 is overkill already. Oh, so we're just gonna modify this again. We're gonna modify this, make this shorter, like so. Yeah. Okay, and then this too. Like that. Okay, this should work. So if there are only 2, so it should be like this. There's only 1, it should be like this. Yeah, this should work. Okay, here, let's test this first. Okay. Okay. So once we click this one, supply resources. Wait, let's remove 1 first. So there. So once we click this, supply resources, it will just take resources from your inventory, and then this will be updated. Maybe we can color it green if it's complete. Maybe. Let's try. Let's color it something like this. Maybe. If it's completed. So if it says 8 planks out of 8, maybe like that. I don't know why this is not updating though. It should be working. Okay, so if it's like all of it is completed, let's say like this, then it should be, so color should be like this. Then this notify builder, this one should be like this, like that. What if, since this is a log storage, what if we're just gonna put log here? Find log. I think that should make sense, right? So we're not putting a parchment, but instead a pine log. Like that. I think maybe a pine log and maybe something else like a parchment, or I don't know. Yeah, I think this will do. Let's try another one. So if there are two, wait, what's going on? So we need to modify the height for this as well. Okay, let's see. So we need to put image so that we will know the height. Wait. Here. Hmm. Okay, so I need to adjust this one also. So it should be, so this is the group, and this is the, this one. I need to duplicate this. It's wrong. Okay, let's just get a screenshot of this first. I need to update Discord. Okay. So that should be, so see the difference. So the old one, you need to drag everything like so. Like let's say we have 50 planks here, so you need to drag 50. Like not 50, but since it's a stack of 5, so you need to drag and drop in groups of 5. But here it's easy because you just click one click supply resources, and it'll just supply all the resource there, and it will just update this. Then click notify builder. So this is more convenient than this, basically. And this also is like too complicated to build in the game. There are a lot of loopholes, a lot of things to think about, and this one simplifies basically simplifies everything. So you still get what you want, but it's easier for us, the developer, the programmer, to implement the systems, and it's also easier for the player. So gameplay wise, this is easier to add resources compared to this, right? So we'll be going with this. I think this is more convenient for the player. Okay, so yeah, so we'll just use this icon. We don't need to make other icons. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna put some green stuff here if the requirements are complete. It's already good. Okay, so I think we'll do this. Let's fix this, and I think we're gonna just do manual stuff for now. For all the building orders for each, no need to make it dynamic. Maybe in the future we'll make it dynamic, but for now, we'll just do it this way. It's easier. Okay, so for the planks, let's see, shall we manual it or not? Let's see. Let's rename some stuff here first so that I won't get confused. Build cost. This is supply resource button. Then this one is notify builder button. Build cost. So this one is the build name. So let's call it build name. Okay. This one is the build icon, and let's change it to log. Let's use pine log. Pine log looks good. Change the size, change the scale, like so. That will do. Okay. Then for this, we're gonna remove some of this. We just need this, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 4. Okay, maybe this will do, and this will do as well. And we're gonna just gonna put them here directly. This one is a log or any log. Oops, too small, maybe too big, maybe something like that. Okay, there's supposed to be a system here, this one, the icon UI strip. Let's just remove this, we don't need it. And then we're gonna unpack this. We're not making it dynamic, so we're just manually modifying these stuff. We're gonna modify or make this dynamic in the future. For now, just to make things easier, or for us to just like check stuff if this is working or not, we'll just go with this for now. Okay, so I think this will do. Let's bring them closer, like so. Okay, then what else? What do we need? What if we're gonna duplicate these things now? So this is one. No, wait. This is one card. Oh wait. Where's the description? It disappeared. Description. This one. It should be here, inside. No, here. Wait. Should be here. Here. So it's Okay, so I think this will work. Okay, let's so we need to know the height of this one also, but the height here has this preferred size. This will actually not work. Okay, so it should be here. There. So we need to modify the height of this. Let's put image first so that we will know what we're working with. There. And then like so. That. Then height. Right. It's tedious to adjust this. That should do. Description here. Why is this here? It should be here. Oh wait, no. Build name, this one. Okay, like that. Okay, then can remove this. So now now that we have a height, we can then duplicate this. There. Okay, so we forgot to we have this build cost. This one, need to make it maskable. Build cost maskable, so it will not show up if it's outside the mask. Okay, that's good. And then we're gonna modify the distance. It's too, what do you call this? It's too far. Spacing is 50, so let's say 10. 20 maybe. Yeah, 20 is good. Or 30. 30 is good. Yeah, 30 is good. We'll just go with 30 for now. Build log storage. So next is build plank storage. Then let's change the log into plank. Okay, let's how can we do this? Let's pull this up first. Wait. Station panel, scroll view. Yeah, let's pull this up first. Oh no, this one. this is default. Let's pull this one first for now, so we can see the icons. But it's correct here. So let's change. Wait, this is all done. We're gonna do this. We have the build icon. Okay, this is correct size. The build name should be plank storage. There, and then let's ask GPT, make for plank storage. Okay, these are just placeholders. We can improve this later on, but for now we'll just go with this. So build cost will be just 1, so it will just be plank. Then, but it has 10 planks, like so. Okay, so building and crafting task. Improves our arrangements, taking process plans, allowing minions to deposit materials efficiently. Make it a bit shorter, straight to the point. Faster possible in business customers. Okay, we can do this for now. Just go with this description. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Next, after plank, we will need build firewood. Firewood storage. Build icon, so firewood. Okay, I can't see anything, so let's scroll up. And then build cost. So this is correct already. Make for firewood. Okay. Improve stacking, sorting firewood. Now means to unload bundles faster from initial notion. Okay, for fuel and crafting. Do we need firewood for crafting? Let me think. Yeah, maybe firewood is an ingredient in the future. So let's just put it at that for now. And then build cost, it's the same. So this is all the same. Okay. And the name is firewood storage. There. And lastly, the tools. So build tool storage. Okay, let's bring this up first so that we can see. Oops. There. So where were we? Icon should be Let's just use crude hammer. Oh wait, this is firewood, so it should be an axe. Or let's just use hatchet. Hatchet is the lowest version. So the build name is tool storage. Okay, this is okay. Center it maybe. So that's also the good thing about like not making this dynamic, making this manual, so that we can just adjust here directly. See, even the sizes. Maybe a bit. Oopsie. Maybe a bit bigger, like that. Tool storage. That would work, I think. Then make one for tools storage. This stores a hatchet and axe as tools. It's still the same 10 planks. We'll just do with 10 planks for now. Hatchets and access visually and minions access tools faster. We're gonna work slowdowns. Like easy swapping of tools when tools break. Okay. So just add some stuff. Or is it stores hatches acts efficiently, allowing minions to grab placing quickly when tools break. Okay, so this also adds a bit of lore or clues on how things work in the crafting mechanics. So this should work. Description. This stores hatches as efficiently, allowing minions to grab, replacing quickly when tools break. Prevents workflow slowdowns. Repeat essential tools easy to access when and ready for. Wait, is it? It's redundant, right? It's redundant. Yeah, redundant. Okay, this is better. Okay. All right. So I think this is it. Let's see now. Oh wait, let's fix this one first. Can you see this? It's clipping here, so this is wrong. So we're gonna adjust this a bit. Height should be lower just a bit. Then position like so. Oops. Yeah, this should be good. But here it's wrong. Let's bring it up a bit. Like so. Yeah, that should be it. Nah, it's still just a little bit more. Let's make it 3. Then okay, that would be good. And here down, let's see if this works. Oh, wait. This one. There's a bit of. It's not noticeable though. See, it's not noticeable. But still, we're gonna fix that. Let's see. So height, just a bit more, maybe that. Yeah, that will do. Let's add more. And then let's bring it up a bit, just a bit. Okay. Yeah. All right. Alright, perfect. So that's it. And then we're gonna bring this down here to the very beginning. Can make this 0 actually, like so. And that should be it. Okay, let's test. So for those who, I don't know if you guys watched the previous stream, we actually revised everything like from scratch. This is the old building system, this one. So what happens is you're gonna drag items from here to here, like that. And I realized that it's tedious. Like for example, you're trying to build a bridge, and the bridge requires, let's say, 50 planks. So each plank here, one slot of plank is like 5 stacks. So you need to like do drag and drop 10 times just to supply it with planks, right? So it's tedious, and there are a lot of drawbacks as well. Like you can also pull items from here to here. So let's say you accumulated your 50 planks and you want to return everything here, so that will complicate things, because that you can't really stack 50 in one plank slab here. So, or a grid, like 3 grids for 50 planks. So it should be 10 or 30 grids rather. So it's hard to implement, and it's also confusing for players and tedious for players. So that's why I decided to, okay, let's just make it simple. So let's just click supply resources, and then it will just take anything from your inventory to here to the build cost. So it's just one click instead of just dragging a lot of stuff. So yeah, so those are the changes. And all right, I think this is better, like 100% compared to the older one, this one. And it's also easier for me to code this, because we don't need to code the dragging of things like what we did before. Like we're dragging and trying to check everything, trying to check the inventory, the quantities as well, trying to compute how many are there already. So this is very easy. It's just one function. We're just gonna click this, and it will check for any resources related to this card, and then it will just add it here and remove it here. So just one function basically. Then notify builder. It's not the previous one that it's like I really gave up on the older one, because there are a lot of aspects to think. So yeah. So this is already correct, and it also looks good, I think. What do you guys think? Is it intuitive enough? So building orders, so you just click here, supply resources, and it will, all of these, like it will supply here 8 planks, so it will remove 8 planks here. So this one is actually wrong. There's no 50 planks. It's just supposed to be 5. So yeah, so this one, so it will take 5, and then it will take 3 from here, and this will become green. That's the next thing we're gonna do. We're gonna make this function supply resources. Okay, so I think this looks better now compared to before. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is to build a script for this, the building order. So this is one building order. We already have a script for this one, the flag itself, the builder flag. Let's see. Yeah, we have it. And the next thing we need is a script for this. Yeah, so this script actually is the one handling the costs. Maybe we can make it this dynamic. Nah, well, let's just do it like this. I think this is easier for me. Okay, so let's proceed. What's next? So the goal next is if we click this supply resources, it will check this, and then it will check uh, if there are resources there, and then it will supply this these numbers here, and if these numbers matches the max amount, it will then it will make like highlight this into blue, not this one. So that's the idea. Okay, scrolling also works. Okay, so let's do that. So the first thing we need is a script that manages this one. So we need a controller for each building order. So let's call it building order controller. And then that controller we will put there. We can actually put there here, this one, the descriptions and everything. But for now, we'll just do this manually. For this, we'll just use the controller to like to store data. Like this order or this card needs 8 planks and 4 logs, right? So we're gonna do that. Let's think further first before we proceed. There are a lot of aspects to think about. Just for example, this one, there are different logs. So like this one, we have ash log. There's also pine log. So it should also know that this resource called log is actually accepting like 2 different logs or 3 different logs, right? So if you have pine log here and ash log, so it should take both and place it here. So it will have 2 over 4. So that's the next thing we're gonna do. I'm excited to build like like bigger buildings, because these are just upgrades for workshops. Like this is an upgrade for the lumber yard. So maybe we can put it here as well, like in the description. Like it improves lumber yard something. So the players will also know that this is a lumber yard upgrade. Yeah, we'll just do that later. What else? Yeah, I'm excited to make the bigger ones. Like for example, there's a bridge in Ashendale, right? One of the ruins of Ashendale. And for you to create a trade route, because there'll be resources, different resources in each settlement of Wisplight. And once you settle in one of the settlement, you're gonna build things there. You're gonna manage some minions to gather those resources for you, and there will be trading between each or between your settlements, because one resource is scarce in one settlement and the other one is abundant. So for example, in the forest is abundant with logs and planks and firewood, like all of these things, but the forest is scarce for rocks and iron, which is also abundant in the mines, right? And Ashendale, the fortress of Ashendale, is the location where you have smelters and the forge. So you can't really craft weapons, iron weapons in the forest. So you can just craft their basic weapons, like crude weapons. So you need to transport resources. So you need to transport planks from the forest to your mines, or iron ore from the mines to Ashendale, so that you can smelt it into iron ingots, something like that. So there's something like a trading system. Like the monsters will be carrying a caravan, or handling a caravan, and they're traveling. And there are events as well where they're getting attacked, and you will lose some resources from your caravans, like that. So you also see them once you travel from one settlement to another. So you will also see uh, these caravans as well, and what they're bringing with them. So there are mechanics like that, and um, before you can do that, there's always a requirement for you to do for you to be able to transport resources from one settlement to another. For example, in Ashendale, uh, the fortress of Ashendale. Let's see if I can show you some. Uh, I don't know if it's here. Yeah, but Ashendale is actually. Um, no, it's not here. Wait, wait. Wrong. Yeah, so Ashendale is actually a fortress city. It's one of the very first settlements that I made, and that fortress city has a bridge, a broken bridge. So for those people who play tested the game, that's actually the starting area during the playtest where there's a broken bridge there. So that bridge is broken, and that bridge is actually connecting the fortress of Ashendale to the mines. So you need to repair that bridge, right? And for you to repair the bridge, there will be multiple levels of construction. So, for example, the first construction would be like um, you need to build a storage hut, maybe, so that you can store there like the resources needed, like a storage shack. So that's the first. So it's tiered. So you need to do the storage shack first, and then the rest. So it's tiered, and then maybe you can build there something like a defensive perimeter, so that raiders come, there will be patrols defending the area, the build area. And then next is for the main construction, you need to build like a scaffolding for the bridge, so that the workers or Francis can work. And then lastly, the like the parts of the bridge, like maybe the arches first. So you need stone. So you need coarse rock here. It'll be rock chunks or something. So there will be parts of the building or arches. So you're gonna mold arches or something. Then those things will be brought here. So basically, us players are not building the construction, but Francis is, and our job is to assist Francis bringing the resources. So that's the idea. So yeah, so it will be layered. Like one construction is layered, and if it's done, then it will unlock the trade route from Ashendale to the mines and to the forest. So that's the general idea. So what we're doing right now, it's just the beginning of the construction system, or the building order system in Wisplight. This will expand further into several building systems. So Wisplight is not like just a like Souls-like game. I'm trying to make it into a different game entirely. Like we have territory capturing mechanics. We have um, like this one, building mechanics. We have resource gathering and minion management. So we're not really the ones grinding these resources, but we're the ones delivering them to the locations for construction. So yeah, so that's the general idea. Anyway, so we're gonna build this right now. So the goal right now is to create a script for this, for each one of this. So let's exit this one first. So this worked, and I think this is like 100% better, like compared to the older one. This one. This is tedious. I realize that it's tedious. Like, imagine bringing 50 planks to a scaffolding for a bridge. So, and you have to drag and drop like from here to here. especially if you have a smaller inventory at first. But this does expand though. This will grow big. You can upgrade this. So it will. It's tedious. The good thing about this is just one click and it will just grab everything here and place it here. All right. So let's do this. Let's call this building or build order controller. Okay, and then the build order controller will contain, let's see, I think I have older systems that we can reuse. Let's see. Let's check this one first. So we have here resource. Let's see. List. No, not this one. I'm gonna check older systems first because I want to reuse some old system. This one, like this one, orderable item. Ordered items. No. This one, usable resource. This is what I'm looking for. Let's see if we can use this. No, we can't use this. Oh wait. Resources name, example pine log. This resource required. I want to use. Usable resource. Nah, I think this is wrong. Let's check other ones. Let's go to here, warehouse. Storage info. This one, stored resource. No, it's not here. Okay. So I think we're just gonna build new stuff here. So for now, let's just go with, let's see. So first, we're gonna structure it this way. So let's call this build resources, and this is a list. This is a list, and then let's just put string for now. And then under this, so build resources or resource. And build resource should have something like so it's a list again, so let's call it resources, and then it's a list, then string, because we're using string to call the object pool. We already have an object pool. We just need to pass a string on what we need, and then this is a list of resources. And then that list should contain the let's say the name. So the name, like resource name, and then yeah, so resource name. So in the case of logs, it will put, we will put their ash log and pine log. For the build resource, build resource should have resources, and then build resource name, so meaning plank or log, like that. And then current inventory, and then max max inventory. Okay, let's just call it like this. Let's make it like this. Okay, and then let's feed it to GPT. Make this here. Let's put it like this. Make this. Let's see if it can understand. Make this, then we'll send it. We'll send it this one. Let's see if GPT can understand this. Okay, so again, if you're using GPT, make sure to check everything, because sometimes GPT is weird and makes things up. So you need to understand what you want also. But it's very easy though to use, like it's fast. Alright, so we have build resource, resource name, current inventory, max inventory, and a list of the resource that we can use. And then we have the resource is the resource name, so it's a list. Okay, and we have this one and this one. Yeah, this is correct. This is correct. So see, so if you just understand what you want, you can make GPT do it. But don't really trust GPT 100%, because sometimes they make things you don't really need. Okay, so let's see. Where was it? This one. So we have here the build resource list already. So we can just click this. So build resource. So we have plank, right? Plank. So that's this one, the plank. That's the name. Current inventory, max inventory is 8, and resources, it should be plank. And this is the one that we're gonna like check our system if we have plank in our inventory. So that's how we're gonna do it. Then next we're gonna make another one. We're gonna make another one for log. So requirement max is 4. Resources, so we're gonna put here ash log, and we're gonna put here pine log. So these are the different logs. Then let's just put ahead beach log. So those are the 3 logs that we have for chapter 1. Okay, so what happens here is if we're gonna press this, right, we're gonna press this, it will look for this will loop. So system will loop here, and then for within the loop, it will also loop here inside the resources, right? And it will check your inventory if you have that resource or not. If you do have that resource, it will keep on finding that resource until this one is filled. If not, it will proceed to the next one. So it will proceed here and will loop on all the logs in your inventory, and it will just add it here and it will remove it from inventory. So that's the idea that we want, right? All right, so we're done with this. Let's proceed to the next one. We're gonna complete everything first. Here, paste as new. So we don't need the log anymore. So let's just remove. And we only need planks, but in this case we need 10. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're gonna copy this again. Now let's add it to both. There. Alright, so this should be correct now. Alright. Okay, so next we're gonna make this supply resources. Okay, so we need to make a function here called supply resources, like that. So it should, so once we do or call supply resources, so it will loop our list, and then it will loop the resource name, and it will check the, what do you call this, the resources in somewhere in the inventory. So that's the idea. Okay, so let's set first the buttons. So buttons, so we have here this one, and then supply resource. So here we're gonna replace this to this. Wait, this one. So this one we're gonna replace it with this one. Then we're gonna build order controller, then supply resources. So like that. This one, the other one is just for like it's sound effects, the clicking sound effect. So no need to worry about that one. Next is the other one, this one, for the plank storages. So where is it? This one. We're gonna supply it with this, the build plank, then this one, and then supply resources. So we're just gonna repeat. So this is still tedious for now, but in the future we're just gonna duplicate this. So like that. Then this. That. Okay, so it's done. So here we have the supply resources already, right? So the next thing we need to do is to test it first. Let's test first. Let's debug .log, and then let's tell GPT what to do. In the supply resources, do loop all resources lists. Wait, and loop inside this loop the resource name, debug log resource name. Okay, so let's see if it understands. Okay, so build resource list. Is this correct? Wait, build resource list. Where's it? Ah, yeah, it's correct. Build resource list and then resources. Okay. So build resource list and resource. So br.resources, it's looping. Okay, so this is correct. Okay, so once we click, it should wait. Uh, okay. BR is build resource, and we should check also max inventory. Let's just add it. Look for, then plus, then res dot wait, not res, br dot max inventory. Look for like example 10 and planks. Okay, so this is correct. Look for 10 planks. Yeah, let's try. Let's try this. Okay, let's test. Let's check console as well. Wait, let's just put it up here like this. I think you can see it, right? Yeah, you can see it. Okay, let's test. Okay, so supply resources. Let's test. It should show planks, or looking for 8 plank. Looking for 8 ash log, 8 something, right? Alright, so it's correct. Look for 8 plank, look for ash log, look for pine log, look for beech log. So it's correct. Let's try the other ones. Let's clear this. So they should be look for 10 planks. So it's correct. Let's test everything just in case. So this should not be plank. This should be firewood. Oh no, it's plank. It's right, and we're creating from the firewood storage. So 10 planks. It's just 10 plank, and here it's again 10 plank. It's the same. So here 2 again. All right. So it works. Okay, next. So we're gonna look for it in the inventory. That's the next thing we're gonna do. And if it does, it is in the inventory, it will take it, and then it will add it to our current inventory until current inventory is filled, or if there's no longer anything in the inventory itself. So let's try that one. We're gonna revisit old systems like this one, the repair table. The repair table already has a lookup system that checks the inventory. So here, inventory, deduct resources from inventory. So start repair process. Repair slot, okay, and then this one. Wait, this is not the one. This one, resource required, repair cost, has resources. Start repair, resource count, remaining cost, okay. What? Start item repair. So it's here. Start sequence. Cost. Inventory. So it should be this. Wait, inventory manager. It should be called. It's inventory manager, I think. Let's check from warehouse first. There's a function for this. I made a function for this before. Take storage receptor amount. No, this is the warehouse. This is wrong. This is wrong. Yeah, it's only here. It's applicable here. Okay, so let's try and understand. So start repair item durability. So it stopped hammering, and then it checks the items. Required types. Wait, let me check first. Inventory manager. Show equip, clear, update empty slot. No, it's not here. Let's check grid. Grid. Inventory. Grid. Spawn, toggle, remove. We have break form. Player equipment, equip to player. So this is for spawning. So find slot available in spawn. So that's not the right one. So we should find something like the other way. Load. Remove one resource. This is the correct one. And why is it not here? update quantity. Okay. So I think this is the one. So we're checking for a resource. So it checks the inventory for the resource. Yeah, I think this is the one. Because inventory grid is actually this. Inventory grid. This one. This is the manager, and then inside the manager, there's this. No, this one. This is the grid. So it's here. It's in the grid. It will check the items manager. Okay. So we just need to check for the items in the inventory manager. Here. This one. Items. Okay. So what we need is, let's just make a function here. I think it's best to make a function here similar to this. Search and remove item string, and then int count. So we don't need this. So this is the item count, so it scans everything, and then this is redundant. Okay, so inventory item, it's not a resource. No, we need this. We don't want this, because what if we want in the future to get like items like an axe or something. Row name. Item name is not equal to row name. Okay. Then stacking of items. Okay. Okay, let's have GPT implement the count as well. Next case. The count int here. So what we want is for it to consider the count. This one. So we're searching for the row name, but we want to take count as well. So try to remove count items or name. Work both. Let's see. enter item, remove amount, so destroy, okay, remove item. So this is remove item, so grid, it should be calling grid, where is it, grid, yeah, grid dot remove item. Okay, let's try this one and let's fix it as well, because this will not work. So it should be grid dot remove item. Okay, so grid is referring to this one and this function here. So we're sending it the item that we're trying to remove. But the question though is, we're sending a raw name, and it's checking in the inventory. Yeah, it's correct. I think this is correct. So we just need the inventory manager. So this one, we need to put it here. So public, let's make it public in okay, and then okay, this is correct, I think. Let's see for errors. Okay, no errors. Okay, so what happens is, first we're gonna assign first this one, the inventory manager. Okay, therefore if we're gonna click it, we're gonna need to call inventory manager and tell it to like tell inventory manager to do something, which is search and remove item, and then we will send the raw name, which is string, and the count, the amount, right? So raw name is this one, plank, right? And then amount is br dot max inventory. Okay, let's analyze first. So let's see, let's consult GPT first. So I made to call search and remove. Then we're gonna give him some what do you call this? We're gonna give him some scenarios, like what if inventory does not contain enough resources for that, what will happen? So we're gonna see what will happen. But so far this should work. let's try. And also while waiting, we're gonna yeah, see, so it's actually analyzing some loopholes. Because for example, we're gonna search for ash logs, and then um, we're gonna search for pine log as well. Let's say 4, so it will deduct 4 of all of each. So it should be have a counter here, here, and it will stop looking for resources if this max inventory is filled. That's the ideal one. But for now, let's just test this first. So we have here 10 and we have here 1 log. Let's see what happens if we click this one, supply resources. Oh, it worked. It worked, right? So we have 10, we have 5, and we have 5 here as well. So it remainder is 2, so meaning this is filled. And we also removed logs, like 1 log. So there should be 1 here. This should be 8, and this should be 1. So it worked. So the function worked. So see, it's very easy to make compared to the previous one that we made. This one, it's too complex. Like we're trying to drag stuff around, and especially in the code, there's a lot of things to consider. And with this new way of doing things, we just like 1 click, it will just take resources. It's very easy for the player as well. So that way I took my time to think and redesign everything, because the previous one, it's tedious and it doesn't like really make sense. Okay, so it worked. Let's check GPT. So nice and good step right now. Spare resource works, but always use this method instead of missing amount. Okay, that's true. There's an update BR current inventory. There's many items that were actually, yeah, okay, so this is correct. GPT's logic is correct. This is actually what we're aiming for, and this is actually the next step. But right now we're just trying to test if the function works, which is working. It's actually working. So so the changes here, okay, so search and remove item is int. Okay, makes sense. So this makes sense, because it needs to return int, because let me see, let's update this first, because we know if how many resources has been removed, so it should return int. And then supply resource, so use missing amount. Okay, so needed, so we have here needed, and then so it's looking for the needed now, so it's not the max, because previously it's just max inventory. So right now we're trying to find the needed every time we're trying to look for a resource, so that's a good thing. Okay, so for each resources it's looking for something. So let's say it's looking for logs, and there are 2 logs, so it checks first the ash log, and if it sees something, so needed will be deducted, and then it will check for the next one again, and then and so on and so forth. Okay, let's try this one. So see, GPT is very, like, it's easy to do things. The important thing here is you understand what it's doing, because again, GPT always hallucinates, does a lot of stuff that aren't necessary. Okay, let's try. Okay, let's see also, we need an update system for the text. Let's do that later. We can actually check it here anyway. Here, the current inventory. Yeah, let's try. So we have, oh no, we don't have planks anymore. Okay, let's just let's go to, like, go inside the game first. Let's go inside the game and get some resources. This is also an opportunity for us to test the logs, because there we have two logs. We have two types of logs. So we're gonna test what happens as well if we're carrying two types of logs. Okay. So this is actually the builder flag that we're interacting with. So it will open this, the one that we built. Okay, let's try this plank first. Two planks. So it should here in our storage. We have here the resource plank. No, this is yeah, this is correct. The log storage. We have here 0 logs. So let's test this one first. Let's test our code. So supply resource, it should supply 2 here, and this should have 2 here. Supply. Okay, so it worked. So we have here 2. So later on we're gonna update this. Make a text updater so that it will sync with this one. So this is correct. Let's remove this first. Okay, let's get some resources. Let's just directly get it from the warehouse. Let's just put here 2 logs, 4 logs, and then planks. We're gonna get 12 maybe. Okay, and then we're gonna update this structures. Okay, let's get planks here. Oh no, let's do the logs first. Let's see what will happen. So we have here 2 logs. So it's a pine log and an ash log, so that's good. And let's see if we can update this thing. So again, we have 0 logs here, so we can accept ash log, pine log, and beech log. Let's see. Supply. Alright, so it did work. Look, it worked. Okay, so let's add more logs. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so we're trying to check also the needed function. Let's supply. So this should become 4, right? So let's supply. So that's 4 over 4. Let's add more logs first. Let's add log current. Let's add 3 and lumberyard there. Okay, let's put. Let's try and see. So here we have we already have 4. So this should be green, right? So when we click this supply resources, nothing should happen. So this should not be removed. Alright, so it did work. See? So nothing happened. So how about getting planks? So let's get planks. Let's take more planks. Wait. Okay, let's take a lot of planks. So we have 10 planks here. Now let's supply it here, and let's see what we need. We need, because we already have 2, so we only need 6. So there should be a remainder of 4 planks here, right? So let's supply. There. So it did work. So this worked fine. This worked perfect now. I think this is perfect already. How about the other stuff? So let's say we're gonna add here to the other one, this one. Let's see if it works as well. So supply, yeah, it did. So it removed 4 and then it's supplied. So it's fairly easy, right? It's super easy to manage the building system with this compared to the other one. So yeah, so we're done with that. Let's proceed with updating the text. So for every time we click this, we should uh, update the text, right? So how to do that? To do that, we're gonna simply assign. The easiest way is to assign the text. So let's tell GPT. So here, assign text mesh pro to build resource. Yeah, build resource. To build resource. So that we can modify the text once we update the current amount. Text should look like this. Item name, or no, it's not item name. It's called build resource name. Build resource name, and then space. So example, planks space or plank space, and then current amount. Is it current amount? Current inventory. And then there should be space slash space, and then like that, and then max inventory. Okay, that's how we're gonna do it. Again, you should know what you want so that GPT can help you with your code. So here TM Pro, so that is correct. So it's so we can use text mesh, and then build resource. Okay, so see, so this one is, let's see if this is correct. Okay, so we have update text. It seems to be okay. Resource, okay. Update text under build resource. Is this okay? Do we really need this? Let's try. Wait, wrong. Okay. Update text is inside build resource. It's also okay that way. Let's try. Okay, testing. So what will happen is when we click supply resource, it should update this. Let's see. Okay, let's try the logs. Oh, it didn't do anything. So it didn't update. I know why. Cause we didn't update this as well. Right? So we should assign it first. Let's assign first the container. So for planks, we should assign this one, this line here. For logs, we're gonna supply here the other one. So build cost container, and the list. So here, so requirement 1, this one is the plank, right? Okay. Okay, so okay, let's just lock this. Let's get another one just to be sure. There. Okay. Let's lock this, and then let's just use this. Okay, so we have this one. This is the plank. So here. So we're gonna put it here. Then this one is for the log. We're gonna put it here. Okay. So that should work. Let's then proceed to the next one. So this one. So we need this text container. Let's lock this for now. And then we're gonna go down and find the requirement, which is this. So plank. Put it there. One easy way to do this though is just to make a script, but it's better this way, because what if there are two? If we're gonna look for something, it's a bit tedious code wise. So this is the easiest for me. Now this one. So go down, build cost container, requirement list, requirements. So plank. There we go. Okay, in the future this will be easier, because in the future we'll just gonna copy the entire build flag anyway, so it will be easier that way. Next, build cost text, cost container, this one and this one. So plank there. So it's all done, it's all added. Okay, let's try. Close tab. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so for those who are like just watching, I actually refactored the entire building system from scratch, from this design to this design, because the previous one has a lot of issues. It has a lot of loopholes and everything. Okay, so let's get inside the game, because we don't have resources. See, we don't have resources here. Yeah, so the previous design is a bit complex. It's too like, there are many facets to it, and it's not convenient for the player. So I made it like this so that it will be easier for the player. Like just one click, it will just supply everything there. Whereas this one, the player needs to drag and drop resources back and forth. So it's tedious. So this is the better design. Okay, so let's test. So we don't have a resource, so let's give the skeleton some resource. Let's get some logs. Let's get some planks as well. Okay. And then we're gonna reset everything. Okay, let's try the planks, I mean the logs first. Let's get 2. And we're gonna go here, there, and then we're gonna click this, and this should update, hopefully. There, it did update there. You can see. Okay, let's get 2 more again. And then supply. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna highlight this green if it's done, and this one as well, and then if both are done, this should highlight blue, right? Okay, let's go here and get some planks. Take plank. Okay, so we have a lot of planks. And then this should supply everything. There should be how many remainder? 5. Oh no. So it should take 8. So 4, right? Supply. There you go. So it did have 4. So this is already working. So if we're gonna repeat it like that, nothing happens because it's already supplied. We can supply it to other buildings though. Let's try this. So there, 4. So everything is working fine now. The next thing is the green, like the UI greening of this. Let's do that. Let's change the colors. Let's do it here. Let's get the color first, so that we're just gonna tell GPT to do it. So this one, and then color is something around here. Here, I think this will do. Maybe. Is this the right green? Yeah, we don't want it super bright. It looks weird. So maybe something here, maybe. I think this. Let's go with this. Nah, it's too light. Here. Yeah, I think this one will do. Is that okay? Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Okay, let's tell GPT next tasks. Next task is to highlight font color to this. If current inventory is equal to max inventory. So it's just a highlight thing. So it will be here, update text. So in the update text, we'll color it if the amount is right. So it's fairly easy. See, so it's there. So it's here, update text. So I already know what GPT will code. So it's just faster this way. There. So this should work. Let's try again. And then we're gonna do the other button next. It's gonna test this first. Then we're gonna do the button. We're gonna change the image. So we need to save here the image. The blue button image, and we're gonna change the image sprite to using that one. If both of the items are active. Okay. Okay, let's get some resource. Blanks 12 logs 2. Okay. And then I'm gonna reset. Okay, let's test. Why I use Unity? I started learning Unity first before Unreal, and also Unity has a lot of resources when I started learning game development, and also the main reason actually is I don't really like blueprints because I've tested Unreal, so I prefer coding instead of um, the blueprints. So that's the main reason. I actually tested Wisplight in Unreal. Like there was a point in the development where I tried to switch the entire thing from Unity to Unreal, and I found out that okay, blueprints is not my thing. I want like coding like this. It's for me. It's like the freedom of doing anything. I know it can be done with Unreal as well, but most likely blueprints are used. So yeah, so that's the main reason. And the second reason is maybe um, the Unreal Engine feel. So if most of the games that use Unreal Engine has the same feel to it for some reason. I know you can still modify it something, but the feel is like it's like familiar, and I want it to be different like this one. Like I want the aesthetics and the feel to be similar to Dark Souls, like the old like Dark Souls 1, the older versions of Dark Souls, like the old school games, or something like The Witcher, Witcher 3, Witcher 2 feels. Yeah, and I think it can't be done using Unreal if you want the old aesthetics, like the old feel, like what I'm aiming for. Yeah, but again, I'm not an expert with Unreal Engine and also with Unity, so so I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so let's test supply. Okay, so it worked. Let's get another set. Take log. But mainly, those are the reasons why I didn't use Unreal Engine. First is I started with Unity and I'm already deep with the development before I tested out Unreal Engine. That's the first one. And the second one is basically the blueprints. I don't like the blueprints. My own game engine? No, I can't do that. Because, you know, making a game alone is difficult already, and I'm gonna make my own engine. It's like redundant already. It's like it's a good project though, but I think it's not necessary because I just want to make games, right? But I do make systems in Unity, my very own systems, like the object pooling system that I have, spawner systems. So I don't use like systems that you can buy or something, or built-in systems in Unity. So I build my own. So this one, yeah, so it worked. See, it's green, so we're good. And then it should highlight this one. Alright, so this is working fine now. This is the next thing we're gonna do. Notify builder. Okay, let's do that. Let's build here. Public. We're gonna make it public. We're gonna assign it. Game object. Shall we do game object, or shall we just go with sprite? I think we'll just go with sprite. Maybe. Let's see. Let's think. So we have this. We have this. Image and then sprite. So it's image sprite. So we're gonna go with image, and then builder button. Builder button. Okay, let's call it builder button. Sure. By Worm Knight. Builder button. So that's what we need. Okay, let's assign that first. So we have this, and then we have the notify builder. See that? Okay. Wait. It should be build order controller. So this is the controller. What's going on? Okay. Image could not be found because why? Let's show GPT. Okay, so basically, okay, so this is the sprites that we need. Okay, update builder state, all full. Okay, let's try and understand this code first. Give entire script. Okay. Let's read the entire script. So once the system complicates, you should be very careful with GPT. It's best to like do it this way, like modular, like part by part, function by function, because it's more easier that way, and easier for you to understand as well. If it gets more complex, you need to be careful. Like this one, default sprite. You don't really need this. You don't need this. Ready sprite. Okay, so you just need ready sprite. Why do we need default sprite? it's default in the inspector. See, so this is what I'm talking about, like it's making things up. So that's the problem really with GPT. Like, it's not its fault though, but that's why you need to understand what you want. Because, for example, that one, you don't need that additional data. Here's another one, original sprite. So why original? See, so you don't really need, so even though the function is very like, it's fairly easy to understand, GPT doesn't know that we don't really need to revert back. So we don't need to revert back. It's full. It's full. Another technique though, and that I do, is this: ask questions if you have some to clarify what we need, like that. So you want GPT to probe, ask you some questions. Clarifying question: should the okay, ask questions one at a time. So I did like this as well, so that we don't get overwhelmed with questions. Should the button sprite change only when the build resources are full, or when any single when full? Okay, so it's like you're talking to a programmer and you're the director, so you're directing the programmer what to do. So that's how you should interact with GPT. Don't assume that it understands what you're thinking. So have it ask questions, have it probe your direction. Got it. So button sprite changes and bridges are full. Okay, next question: should the button sprite only update when supplier resource is called, or do you also change current inventory in other places? Just in supply resource. So it's asking if we're gonna call like update the current inventory somewhere else, but we don't really need that. So that's the answer. So GPT is really helpful, but again, should be very careful. So understood. Next question: does the button have only two states? The default sprite already assigned inspector, the ready sprite when all resources. Yes. Yes, we just need to assign the sprite in the inspector as well. The default sprite is already the sprite we are using in the image component. Okay. So when you're interacting with GPT, think of it as you're the main programmer, and then GPT is something like a junior, and you're asking it to develop a feature for you, so you're the one directing and so on. Perfect. Next question: should the button still remain interactable when not full, or it only becomes clickable when requirements are full? Should the button still remain interactable when not full? Not interactable when not full. Maybe I can set it by default as not interactable, and you just set this as interactable when all requirements are full. Okay, so let's do that. It is right. So see, there are some of the features also that, like GPT, ask the right questions in a way, like that one. So we want this one, notify builder button. This should be by default not interactable. So we don't want to press this accidentally or something. There. So this should be off like that. See? Perfect. So here is button starts not interactable. When all builders are full, change sprite to the sprite. Okay, this is correct. Button never reverts back. No need to disable again. Next question. When all builders becomes full and sprite changes, should we also highlight the button text if it has text, or leave the sprite to indicate readiness? Output text seems green. No. Do not highlight. So it's just this. This is the same. Okay. Final question. Last one needed. Do you want the script to guarantee that the sprite update is interactable? Should happen only once, or it should run the check every time supply resource called, even if it was already full? Run check every time it's called. I think repetition is okay. There's no harm. There's no harm in it, because it checks. Let's think. How shall we do this? Because we're gonna do this, and then it checks. No harm in repeating. So B. Let's just go with B, just in case like there's some glitches, like for example when the player clicks and then it went green and nothing happened to the other button, so there's still a chance that the player will just click again. Like, that's instinct, right? If it doesn't work, you click again and then it should fix the problem. So we'll just go with B, so that like in cases that there will be glitches or something. Okay, so image didn't detect last time the error that we have, because we don't have this engine like UI, I think. And yeah, they should work now. So we're just gonna so we have this one and we have the ready sprite. We're just gonna supply these two. Oops, wrong. Just gonna supply these two in the inspector. Okay. Okay, this is all correct now. Okay, so like some notes to take. As for GPT is good, like an assistant to help you code, so that you don't need to, like, because you know there are a lot of times that we make mistakes, like we forget this semicolon or some typo or something. So it's best if you utilize GPT, but wait, there's an error. You utilize GPT but not fully trust it. Okay, so see, like this one, this is an error. It's saying that image does not have interactable, which is supposed to be, it should be button, right? 104. So builder button is an image. So I'll tell GPT this one. But I know. So this is wrong. Builder button is an image. We need to check game object dot get component button, right? This is an image, so this one, it's this image. This one, it should be this one for it to be interactable, not this one. You're absolutely right. Okay, so button, so yeah, so there you go, this is correct now. Okay, so all full, so it checks, gets the ready sprite, and then it gets the component button and then sets it to interactable true. So again, about GPT, you should be wary, like that one. So he forgot that he assigned, or it assigned this builder button as image, and he just directly set builder button interactable true, even though this is not a button. So you should know that. You should review the code. It's very easy to review code because you just check console, right? And it will direct you to where the problem is. The important thing is you understand what the problem is, or you understand what you're aiming for. Because if you don't really know what you want to build, it will be very hard to tell GPT what's wrong. So use GPT as like your partner, and be the director that manages GPT. Okay, let's test. Oh no, before we test, we need to, what do we need to do? We need to assign here. So the builder button is this, ready sprite is button 2 blue. Okay, so again here, button is this, then button blue. This one, oops, we have this, button blue, and this, and this, oops, wrong, notify builder, and button 2. You can actually assign this button to here at the top, so that it will not be redundant, but let's just go with this for now. We'll just do some refactoring in the future. Let's just make this work. Okay, and again, some tips for GPT. When asking GPT to make a feature, do it step by step. Don't directly tell it or give it a documentation of what you want and then just hope that it will do it correctly. So do it step by step, do like what we did right now. So we're doing it step by step, and so tweak it as you go and update it as you go, and then also again make sure that you understand everything that you're doing and review everything as well. So, and also another tip is to have GPT ask you questions, have it probe, like ask you, like don't do anything unless you understand fully what the feature is about. So you tell GPT that, and have it ask and probe questions before it creates something. Because you know, if it creates something and it's confusing and you don't understand or you don't review the code, it will, like, you will go down deeper with that feature that's broken, and it will muddy the entire code or something. It will make it more confusing. So it's better if you have it ask questions so that you will be 100% sure that it understands what you want. Like again, act as a director talking to a programmer that you hired. Okay, let's test this. Okay, let's get some logs. Let's put it here. Supply, okay. Put it here. Supply. So that's good now. Now let's go. Wait, let's check first the button if we can interact with it. Okay, so it's not interactable. See, notify builder. Okay. Next, let's go get some planks. Okay. Let's supply, and this should appear. Alright, it's working. It's working. This is the next thing we're gonna work on. Okay, let's put planks here. Okay, let's try this one as well. Let's just get more planks. So let's say 25 maybe. Okay, let's get all of the planks. Okay, that's 20 planks. Okay, then let's build this. Okay, so it's correct. Now this. Now this. Oh, we lack one. Let's get more. Take planks. Then supply. Oh, one more. We lack one more. Okay, so while we're at it, I think it's best to demonstrate how we're gonna get planks. Maybe. So let's get some tools here. Not this brittle. Let's get this one. So to get planks, you need a tool. This one. You need an axe or a hatchet. Then you need to find a log like this one, or a tree, not a log, but a tree. This one, tree. Gonna chop it. Like that. So this is a resource gathering system. So it becomes one log like this. This is an ash log. You need to chop it into two first. The pine log, you need to chop it into three. It will be broken into three parts. But for the ash log, it's just two. This one. Then you can put it in your inventory. This one. So the inventory is small, but we can expand this later on. We can upgrade it actually. Make it bigger. Then once you have the logs, you're gonna process it into. You're gonna put it here. You're gonna store it in your storage. This is actually the one that we're upgrading, the storage. And this lumberyard is already upgraded with all the resources. So here, this is the lumberyard UI, and you're gonna need to build stuff or craft stuff. So this one, ash log into 12 planks. So let's order 2, and then let's just click one time order. Maintain stock. It's still not working. So click one time, and then manual crafting. So you can just AFK, so it will just do something like this. And maybe in the future I'm gonna make some mini game where you click time it. So it will create planks, and this is the beginning of the resource systems in Wisplight. You can actually assign a minion in that workbench, and that minion will, like that guy there, it's patrolling, right? You can also, instead of patrols, you can also assign workers in the workbenches, and they will just do this. They will just create resources for you. They will gather logs for you. They will produce planks and so on. And these planks will be used as like upkeep as well. Like that guy there, that skeleton there. So it requires upkeep for its shield. So shields require planks. So they require equipment as well because they're defending your territory, right? There will be raiders, so they need to replenish or restock their equipment and weapons. So that's how Wisplight's gameplay works. So there, we're stacking a lot of planks now. Okay, so apart from planks, the lumberyard can also produce firewood. So that's another resource, and firewood is used to fuel workstations as well, like the smelter and this one, the workshop. So you can craft here items like a crude version of this axe, some tools you can craft here. Let's see, let me show you. Like these items, you can craft these items, like shield for your minions, weapons for your minions, but they're all crude. So they use stone and wood, and no iron yet. Iron is in the forge. It's a higher tier crafting station, which we don't have yet. So let's get planks now, and let's get all planks. And check the builder flag and supply. Alright, so it's working, 100% working now. So the next thing we're gonna do is, if we click notify builder, click here. So what happens is Francis, this guy, Francis will go to the flag and we'll build these stuff here. So as you can see, there's the tool storage. So that's the thing that we're trying to build. The plank storage. We have the firewood storage below. And then this one is the log storage. So these are actually the ones that we're trying to build, which is, it's already done. It's already built. So the next thing we're gonna do is, we're gonna design the lumber yard as a raw lumber yard. So a lumber yard with no storages yet, like a raw one. I don't know how I'm gonna like make it though, but the idea is something like this. And then we're gonna assign these things to the builder flag as well, so that if it's already completed and Francis is done working on the project, it will build it like that. And then the plank storage also, and firewood storage, and so on. And lastly, the tool storage. So yeah, so that's the general idea. So this flag system, again, we're not the one building our settlements. We're just there to assist the builder, and our goal is just to supply them with the resources. These resources can be crafted on our own, or we can assign minions here. You can, like here, this one, you can assign workers to work for you, so that they will produce these resources for you, so that you can upgrade your settlements and equip your minions with the necessary weapons needed. So yeah, so I think we're done with this system. So on the next live stream, the next thing we're gonna do is to build these workbenches, like bare workbenches, and then notify builder. That's the time when Francis will appear and walk. Maybe we can have him walk here, make some AI stuff, make him walk near the flag, or on the area where we're trying to build something. So maybe if we're building the log storage. Maybe we can find here some building materials scattered around, and then Francis is hammering something, and then here also, yeah. So that's the next thing we're gonna build, the actual building system, and maybe some timers as well, because we don't want it to be instant. We want it to take some time as well, building these stuff, especially the bigger ones like the bridges and all, and other stuff that we can build. So yeah, so I think we're done for now. So see you on the next live stream, um, which we will tackle that building, this button next. See you in the next stream. Till next time.